I hope I said that correctly. Michelle and Tristan have been teaching us sign language. They're very good teachers, they're very patient. But I'm not always the best student. What I hope I said was, the greatest double commandment is to love the Lord with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength, and to love your neighbour as yourself. The Justice and Peace Commission is going through a metamorphosis using synodal practices. We call this reshaping in or through the Spirit. It also means that I had to update our webpage and simplify our mission and vision statement. Now, I am no website developer. The process took far longer than it should. But writing the content, I love writing, was straightforward once we decided what our focus was. We decided to realign our vision to the greatest double commandment and extend upon this commandment by advocating for justice and peace for all. Our local priest recently gave a homily on this gospel. And as I was listening, I had this sudden epiphany of dread that I had forgotten something important when updating our website. The priest said, "We are very good. We're very good at remembering Jesus' greatest double commandment. To love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength, and to love your neighbour. However," and there was a dramatic pause, "however, we seem to forget an important part of this commandment, that Jesus expects us to love our neighbour as we would love ourselves." It was then I knew. I didn't have to check, I wrote it. I knew I had left that out of the website. To love the neighbour, to love our neighbours as ourselves. It was easy to update our mission statement to correctly reflect the greatest double commandment, to love God to the depth and breadth and height of our existence, and to love another as God would expect us to love ourselves, by committing to advocacy and social justice and peace for all. Easy to correct in theory, yet so hard to put into practice. I find there are too many definitions of love in any language, creed, or religion, even the Christian tradition. Eros, agape, charity, philosia, pragma. It's without end. Aroha, aroha nui. To love our neighbour as ourselves is very different to loving our neighbour at a distance. How do we love God? How do we fulfill that love toward ourselves? How do we extend God's love to others? It's not so easy. For me, this commandment asks, especially at this time and world climate, do we, as a church, the people of God, do we exclude those whose understanding, concept, or practice of love differs from our own? How can we be more welcoming of a love that seems so beyond our comprehension? How can we truly love the other, all others, as God would expect us to love ourselves? Often the simplest of instructions are the hardest to follow. So may God's love and peace be with you, be upon you, ever present and abundant. Aroha nui, e te rangi Marie.